I'm sure you've experienced this before, but like when you go to when you're peeing at like a urinal, and then you finish, you get all situated. You know how sometimes there'll be like a dribble, like a pee dot, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
How often are you getting the pee dot? Like 10,
Dude,
like out of 10 times, how many pee dots?
That's a great question.
Like how many times are you getting a pee dot at the urinal? Out of 10?
I have a passion. Not a passion. I'm driven. Like to every inch of my being, like every mitochondria I have, to prevent pee dots. Like it is like, dude, like I don't want, you know what too? Like to me, this is a problem with pee dots. Like to me as a guy, like a pee dot's a pee dot. Like I'm never going to see another dude with a pee dot, even a couple pee dots, and be like, dude, pee dot, huh?
Yeah.
Like, dude, everybody knows that's the drill.
Yeah.
But I feel like to a girl, pee dots don't make sense. Like they're like, that's disgusting. You have pee on yourself.
Right.
And I think that's my true motivation behind like not having pee dots is like, I feel like a woman doesn't comprehend that there's no way to control a pee dot sometimes.
It's like the shrinkage thing from Seinfeld, kind of.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like what like, so it's like you can't really get caught out in public with a pee dot.
No, dude.
And like, and like the word, like the khakis are not great for pee dots, and anything that's light gray.
I'm living a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare,
dude. And it's like, and sometimes they're not even real pee dots. You ever go pee dotless and then wash your hands, and then you got just a little bit of splash?
That's from washing your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, but that's so different.
Yeah, but then like in my head, I'm like, dude, fuck, people are gonna think I have pee dots.
No, but I mean,
but like sometimes, dude.
But here's the difference, because when it's on if it's like your hands like flicking the outside of your pants, that's different. If it's a tried and true pee dot, it's soaking through.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's gonna take a minute to dry, which is the real problem with pee dots.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because I've got a real pee dot problem. I'm talking like 9 times out of 10, I've got a pee dot.
No,
and I get so nervous about it that when I'm at the urinal and I'm like finishing, I'm like trying to get I've shaking my fucking dick to try and get this thing.
I have some theories about how to prevent
but then it starts to feel like maybe there is still some pee, but for some reason my dick is like nervous now that it's not coming out. So then I'll like clasp up and boom, pee dot. So what am I going to do? I'm trying so hard not to have a pee dot.
A lot of things. One, this is going to be a controversy. This is going to be.
What about, you know how sheath underwear has like, I've never used it, but are you familiar with the sheath underwear? It's got like a pouch inside that you're supposed to like stick your testicles in so that it keeps it from
fresh.
It keeps your balls fresh or something. I don't know. But what about a pair of underwear that's got a little bib built in so that when you voop, 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 and you
if I'm in a
little bib,
if I'm in a private public bathroom, you know what I'm saying? If you're in public, but it's a one banger, I will like get a little piece of paper or toilet paper, and like ensure that I have no pee dots before I zip the belt.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying like I will. Yeah.
No, I hear that. I'll do that. I do that at home a lot, actually.
Well, so this is another strategy that I've adopted that actually is not from pee dots, but it's just such a more convenient way to pee, dude. When I'm at home, I almost exclusively sit when I pee.
Really? Dude,
you want to know something crazy that I found out, dude? Especially right before you go to bed. Like, I don't know if you're like this, but I'm neurotic about, like, there's nothing worse than waking up in the middle of the night and having to piss, because at first you wake up and you're like, dude, like, fuck this, like, I'm just going back to sleep.
Yeah.
But then you sleep horribly for like the next 2 hours because you have to pee so bad, and then eventually you ultimately get up to pee anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm adamant, like, before I go to bed, dude, the last thing I do before I go to bed all the time is like I have to pee.
You got to dry out.
Yes. And I've found that I feel like when I sit down to pee before I go to bed, I actually I empty the tank more than I do like
so you
standing.
Have like gravity working with you.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think
like,
so.
Things are not as constricted if you're just kind of whipping it out of your
pants. And like when you have
pants
pants and underwear on, like you're always at an angle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're never pointing straight down.
Right.
So I feel like you can't properly get the drainage that you're looking for.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless
that makes
you're-
sense, right? Like, if you wanted to get all the water out of this bottle, you wouldn't necessarily just
No,
go like that,
you
right?
would
You'd
go straight down.
or a cup, maybe not a bottle,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking. Like, you just
Yeah.
dump it all the way over.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with penises. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But dude, I think a little bib, a little like courtesy bib, might be a
Underwear
good idea.
with bibs.
But
I'm in.
Like
I'm
it's
in.
really. It's. I'll draw up a prototype.
No, I
but
know
it's
you-
like
like-
really small. Like you wouldn't even.
Does it stay on the outside or the inside? The problem
No,
is
it's like I don't have a pair of underwear. Oh, I do in my car, but
the problem with this is this we're talking shop right now. By
Yeah,
the way,
no,
this is our
please,
idea.
please.
We own this idea, patent pending.
yeah.
But if you're using the pib, the pee bib to dry
No,
off,
Pib
the
is right.
pee-
Pib is right.
Pib-
No, Pib is correct.
If you're
yeah.
using the pib, dude, that's a great name.
Yeah, it is.
If you're using the pib is going to get a little wet,
Yeah.
and then you're going to have to be wearing the pib inside of your pants.
So it might not solve the problem.
Well, I'm not saying it'll even get on your pants, but then it'll get, because there's those P dots too, where sometimes you'll get a P dot that doesn't make its way through your pants, but you'll have like a little wet, like you'll feel like
yeah,
the
you
wet
can feel
spot.
it. Yeah.
And like that is actually more uncomfortable than a traditional P dot, because the P dot although maybe embarrassing,
Yeah.
it was absorbed by the underwear and the pants, so you're not feeling any wetness there.
This is a good critique, but I feel like it's something we can easily work
No,
around
that's
somehow.
that's why my initial question was: is the P bib going to hang inside or outside of the drawers?